You're usually a bubbly personality.
Bubblin' Bobby.
Yeah, Bubblin' Bobby.
Got a new nickname.
You should be. I was just gonna say.
Bubbles. Want to watch a lawyer squirm? Do's and don'ts. Springs publicly ask legal advice questions on experts in their field. We are back
With energy.
with energy. I was told I was flat and did not have sufficient energy.
Now you're more bubbly.
I'm bubbly Bobby.
Bubbly Bobby.
Bubbly Bobby Ray. Okay, welcome back, Mrs. Guns.
Thank you much. Glad to be here.
You want to do the disclaimer this time?
I will do the disclaimer.
'Kay.
Nothing that I say represents Dallas County, Polk County, the Polk County Attorney's Office, the Dallas County Attorney's Office, the state of Iowa, or any other governmental agency. These are my opinions and my opinions only.
That was well said.
Thank you.
Now, so we can have some energy.
'Kay.
We warmed up sufficiently
We
with
did.
the last
We did.
segment. I've come to just give up the fact that people are going to think we recorded these on different days.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if
yeah.
I was, you'd really need to tell me to bring a change of shirt.
So I meant to, I thought about it, and then I'm just like, people are smart. They're going to figure us out.
Yeah.
So I'm just owning the fact that we are going back-to-back episodes, because you're a busy woman.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
This worked.
I mean, I don't have anything going on.
Got a couple things
Just
going
ask
on.
these guys here. They're like, no, well, whatever Bobby needs.
We know that he sits and he looks pretty in the camera all the time.
I do.
Basically his new job.
Not wanting to brag, but I'm the pretty face here. Anyway.
The looks of the office.
Yeah. Made for TV. Made for TV.
Face made for radio.
Okay.
Okay.
We have, this one is good.
Okay.
The last
Hit me
one,
with it.
The last one was easy.
It was.
This one, we can get into the weeds because we're gonna. It's a nice short question.
Okay.
It's I think, a very powerful question.
Gonna have a contemplation
I
face.
think there is gonna be a WTF probably
Okay.
face coming from. By the way, since this is GRL Raw, you are allowed to cuss if you want to. Individually, as your own personal human being, you can cuss
Okay.
if you want to.
Okay.
This might bring out some cussing.
Good to know.
Are you ready?
Hit me.
This one is not from Reddit.
Oh.
We found this one in a different source, avo.com.
I was gonna say your inbox.
Well, yeah, actually, this came to me as a question because you get notifications from these services
Okay.
when there's questions posed, and it usually goes to my junk or my clutter. This one popped up. I looked at it and I'm like, oh,
This is a do's and don'ts.
this is a do's and don'ts. I don't have to go searching through Reddit. 'Cause
Perfect.
I don't understand how Reddit is valued so high. It's kind of, I don't get it. It's like a 1990s website.
I don't have it. I don't
I don't
go on
have it.
Yeah.
I had to get on it because I was told that's where to find all the good
Okay.
questions.
Yeah. I don't have Snapchat either though, so I'm old. You
are. Do
Yeah.
you have TikTok?
I don't.
Ooh, we talked about TikTok. Do your kids have TikTok?
Nope. My kids don't have social media.
They don't support China?
No.
Okay. Here we go. You ready?
Okay.
See what I did? I brought in another segment.
There you
I'm
go.
Cross-promoting. I'm learning. You guys wanted energy? I got it. I got energy. Here we go.
Serious face.
Okay. So dumb. This was from May 7th, 2024, by the way.
Oh God, the suspense is killing me.
Can a sex offender be charged for having a tricycle on the hood of their car? Who does that? So this was submitted at 2:20 p.m. on May 7, 2024. Hold on. There's a full question.
Okay.
Monticello Police Department is trying to charge a man that was wrongfully convicted of sex offense
I'm sure.
with having a tricycle on the hood of his car. Is that even legal?
Well, first of all, I'm assuming Monticello, as in Iowa.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Eastern Iowa.
We pronounce it Monticello in Iowa. Just FYI. Just.
Okay.
I'm from Eastern Iowa. It's Monticello.
Do you want to have a debate about pronunciations in Iowa?
They're
Real
dumb.
quick. We have. Madrid.
It's Madrid. It's Madrid in
It's
Spain.
Spanish. It's
Yeah,
Madrid.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I lived in Spain.
Nevada.
Nevada here, Nevada everywhere else.
And it's named after the Sierra Nevada mountains. Did you know that?
I understand the concept.
Ames.
Ames.
You know Ames is not a word in the English language.
Here's the deal.
You know where?
It's Monticello.
But do you know where it comes from?
Well, Monticello.
No, Ames. The Amis.
Oh.
It's Amis. I think it means, check my Spanish, to love.
Amor is the verb to love.
But Amis is different. Watch, I'm gonna look this up. Hold on.
Okay.
I fact check me, because I looked this up one time.
Like te amo.
Me llamo Gusta.
Remember the Taco Bell commercial?
See, it was you love. I was very close.
Okay.
Okay. Amis. We're no longer referring to it as Ames. It's
Okay.
Amis.
That
Now,
were
Monticello.
ISU in Monticello, Iowa. Okay.
So let's answer some questions. Can a sex offender be charged for having a tricycle on the hood of their car? Is that even legal?
First, I'd like to go back to the person's assumption that someone was wrongfully convicted.
Happens.
So, either they pled guilty or a jury found them guilty. So that jury they did their job. Juries are great in Iowa.
Let wrongfully convicted. We'll go with convicted sex offender
Okay, they're a convicted sex offender.
on the list.
Okay.
Can they?
Can they have a tricycle on their car?
Yeah.
So the first thing I thought was like ice cream truck, and like he's like playing the Bluey music out the
Right.
door, like trying to attract the kids. So like, is this an attractive nuisance type of
That
thing?
was gonna hit me too. The attractive nuisance.
Yeah,
Is this
I mean,
bait?
Is this bait? It's
Yeah.
a bait car.
Now,
He's like the opposite of To Catch a Predator. It's to catch a kid.
To catch
That's
a
really-
child.
To catch a child. That's really wrong.
It's
That's
bait-
really wrong.
morally wrong. However, we're getting deep.
So bad.
Is it illegal
I don't.
to bait a child with a tricycle? Just stop it at getting a child on a tricycle without any intent behind it.
If we are just saying put a tricycle on the car, I don't know of any law that prevents you from putting a tricycle on top of your car. The sex offender registry under Iowa Code Section 692A.
Boom! Here it's knowledge drop.
Boom,
Let's
gonna
do this.
throw a little bit of
Yep.
law at you. There's some pretty good restrictions in there. You can't be in places that are known to be frequented by children, such as libraries, parks, beaches, playgrounds. For people who have restrictions, if it was a
good
sex
point.
offense against a child.
So you can't bait children to be in your presence if you are a convicted sex offender. Can we probably go with that?
I mean, no.
Can a sex offender walk down the street handing
Yeah.
out candy to little kids
Well, I think a sex offender can.
lawfully?
See, you're making me do this without codes.
This is
I will
fun.
tell you, a good prosecutor is always going to look at the code book. But
You will, but this is
'Kay.
unrehearsed. You did not
unrehearsed,
know that the
I
tricycle
didn't know
question was
that
coming.
baiting children was going to be the question. There are places you can't be. So if he had that tricycle ridden or laden vehicle at a beach or a library or someplace where children
Outside the elementary school.
outside the elementary school, I'd say we have a huge problem.
Yes.
If it is just that he replaced the
Hood ornament?
Jaguar hood ornament, because I'm assuming it's a Jaguar, obviously.
100%.
The Jaguar hood ornament with a tricycle, because that's just like how he lives life, and obviously we're going to tie over into traffic laws. Doesn't obstruct his view when driving.
Ooh, yep, okay.
So we're assuming it doesn't obstruct his view. You could drive around with a car with a tricycle on it as a hood ornament. There's nothing that says you can't do that.
I'm trying to think through Chapter 321, the traffic code, and I don't know that.
I think you can do it. It's where you're doing it that would be the problem.
Okay.
And there's nothing that says you can't be near children. There's talk about it being unsupervised around children.
So the no contact orders are like the registry requirements.
Now you added a
prohibitions.
no contact order into it.
Oh yeah. So if it was, and so it depends upon what conviction he had or she had. I'm
Yeah.
assuming. I wrongfully assumed it was a he.
You did wrongfully
That is
assume
my
he.
bad. We both know that females can offend sexually as
They
well.
can. I think statistically you were leaning where we normally see it.
But I was
It would
politically
depend.
incorrect there.
I will say it would depend on whether or not the sex offense that they were put on the registry for was against a child or an adult, because there are additional restrictions that could put into place if that, and that's where all those restrictions about libraries and beaches and stuff come from. If their sex offense was against an adult, all those aren't going to necessarily be put into place. So they could probably bait kids as much as they want, creepy as that is.
Baiting children is not technically a crime.
You know what I've had to say to juries before?
So bad.
Grooming is not illegal.
Ooh, we could probably spend like a couple of hours talking about grooming versus
'Cause, I
good
mean, this is-
parenting versus good all kinds of things.
because
yeah.
you're talking, I do sex offenses and sex offenses against kids, and there's always the person that's the perpetrator who's buying the presents and doing all this, and hindsight's 20/20, and sure, when we look back,
Yeah.
we know that it's grooming, but at the time, probably just looked like they were being very attentive. So if you have a creepy uncle who's being especially attentive to your kids,
Or aunt.
or aunt, it's true, just saying,
Just pay attention.
pay attention.
So we could say, do pay attention.
Do pay attention.
And
And maybe I'm going to say, as a parent, don't let your kid go by anybody who has a trike attached as a hood ornament on their vehicle. I'm just going to throw that out there as just like common sense parenting, especially if they have like bluey music going.
I don't know. I might go check it out. If you got the ice cream man with a tricycle on the front,
Think he's also got puppies in there for you?
hopefully.
I mean, you're going right in the
If
back
he's
of that
got
van.
Laffy Taffy, I'm jumping in myself.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you are 100% getting kidnapped. So.
My wife would be happy with that. But so technically, could Monticello charge the person if I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. I feel like we don't have enough information.
I feel like there's way more to this story that we would need.
I kind of feel like a road trip to Monticello to find this person with it's Jones County Fair is in Monticello.
Has some of the best
Some
country
of the
concerts.
best country
in the
concerts.
country.
Yeah. So you head out to Jones County Fair, check out Monticello, Iowa. Pronounce it that way. See what state you come back in, and then see if you find the car with a trike as a hood ornament.
So we're gonna roll with some dudes. Hey, if you submitted this question, reach out to us and get us more information on this,
Yes.
because
This
we
is
will do
now-
follow-ups.
I would love a follow-up. I will come back for session 2, 3, 4. Look, we can go real deep on this
And
one.
pictures
Yes.
of the car.
Yes.
Let's be
I'd
clear.
also really like license plates.
Yes.
Like, I just want this information.
So
Now you just piqued my curiosity.
I'm like, literally, this is fascinating. So do keep submitting awesome questions like this.
Please do. Yeah.
If we're gonna say so, but I gotta let you throw the do's
Okay.
and don'ts out of this. What the best do's and don'ts you can come up with off the cuff.
Okay. If you're a convicted sex offender, don't go. Well, a convicted sex offender who was convicted for something against children, don't go near libraries, beaches, playgrounds, elementary schools, places where you'd be prohibited.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
Don't bait children with
I was just
tricycles.
going to add in that. Like, maybe just don't do this, because I feel like you're really drawing attention to yourself that otherwise would not have been.
We're talking about it.
Or maybe do, because somebody is going to look into you, and maybe for the good of the community, we want them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? I'm going to change it. Do put a tricycle on the hood of your car if you're a convicted sex offender who's trying to bait children, because you are a very easy target for law enforcement.
Yeah. Do self snitch.
Do self snitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good do.
I mean, I bet, you know what? I bet somebody from the state patrol could tell us if this is illegal to have a tricycle secured to the hood of the car. I'm gonna say, I bet you get stopped. I don't know if it. I don't know what the citation is gonna be, but there is somebody much smarter than me that's like, this fits this code section.
I feel like the first one that jumps out to me is that it would likely restrict your vision, your field of vision. Kind of like if a crack in the window has been accused of that,
Yeah.
I feel like the trike on the hood's going to. Just my thoughts. But I don't know. Is it like a Lego trike?
See, now we're just jumping down rabbit holes.
Now we are. I mean, if it's a Lego trike and it's literally the same size as the
Do it.
Jaguar, do it. Go for it.
Fashion statement.
Yeah. But if it's like radio flyer,
Yeah,
then I think,
that's what I have
yeah,
in mind. Rusty radio flyer.
Yeah,
With
definitely
a broken
gonna be
pedal.
rusty, little wonky.
Cattywampus.
Yep.
Well, don't perp on children.
Don't perp on children.
If you do tell on yourself. Do keep submitting amazing questions like this that come to my inbox unprompted.
This was amazing.
Hey, man. Thank you for being a good sport. You did
Thank
not
you.
know what was coming.
I had no idea, and I don't think I have ever been asked such a perplexing legal question.
You are welcome.
Yeah.
This has been another wonderful episode of Do's and Don'ts.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
Cheers.